very balanced offense, I would say. Kind of when you're watching the film on us and trying to scheme up your defense, it's going to be hard to really stop our running game, hard to stop our passing attack. We have Quinshon Judkins and Travion Henderson, probably the best college football duo that I've ever seen in college football. And we have the athletes that we do on the outside, so there's just threats everywhere. It's hard to game plan for us.
How much do you enjoy watching this running game go to work?
I mean, it's amazing. Like, we were hitting from deep so much and so often, and it's just like, with the athletes that we have in the backfield, they can spring any run, even if it's just an inside zone or a half-back dive. You never really know what's going to be up. So, it makes sure it helps the receivers make sure we're on our P's and Q's blocking downfield, because you never know when one of those is going to spring.
Yeah, like the idea of the blocking part of this, it seems like it's been a little bit more obvious this year than years past. With the receivers, why are you guys so good at blocking up this early in the season to make that simple?
It was a really big emphasis that we had just going into this year, because blocking downfield is where you really find the explosive plays. If you kind of watch in years past, all the explosive plays that could have been are tackles that are made by safeties and cornerbacks. It's never going to be a D lineman chasing them 30 yards downfield for the most part. So that really falls on the responsibility of the wide receivers to get those jobs done.
Did you guys talk about that more this offseason, maybe than in years past?
Absolutely, and I think it's more of a mentality thing. Blocking is never really scheme, or it can be partially technique on the outside, but for the most part, you gotta have to want to block. You have to come off the ball every run play like it's a pass play. To keep that threat of pass and run there at all times. So it's definitely a mentality thing. It's something that we've been trying to hone and just have that going about us every single game.
You might get your first 100 receiving game, I think, since the Georgia game. I don't think it's a bad thing. Does that even matter to you? Number two, what's it feel like to break one like you did today?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's fun to be able to perform at a very high level, but I never really try to hang my hat on the statistics. If I had 0 catches a day, but I still ran all the right routes and did all the right things, it doesn't make me any less of a player. I could have gone for 300 yards today, but that's just because the ball came my way. So I try to do what I can with the opportunities that I'm presented. If the ball comes my way, make the play, and if it doesn't, it's not really something I can control.
As you're running down the field on a big play like that, it's popped. Do you almost want to start singing? What's the feeling? What is the feeling?
It's really just, I'm just very thankful for the people blocking for me. Like it was a screenplay, obviously, and the linemen were able to get out, get to the next level, and kind of block those linebackers and safeties. G. Scott Jr., our tight end, was on the backside getting the safety for me, and Carnell Tate ran all the way down and scored with me pretty much to get that last corner. So it was by no feat of my own that I was able to score.
And you touched on this a minute ago, but Brian did touch on this, blocking by the receiving core, which at least I guess has been pretty good,
yep.
Especially today and stuff. Have you reinforced that with your teammates, et cetera?
Yeah,
How point it has to be.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like that responsibility not only falls on Coach Hart, but it falls on me as well, being a captain and being a leader of the offense and the receiver room. So that's something I'm continually harping on the young guys in the room, making sure the blocking is top tier because of the athletes that we have in the backfield. Any play can become an explosive play at any time. So we're always talking about the situations. Coach Jay is always hammering home the situations. And the explosive play battle is one that you see kind of tilt the odds of whatever team when it comes to matchup games. So having explosive play is crucially important, and blocking on the perimeter just ups the chances of that.
What's going through your mind as you see the flag and they're talking over the flag on the touchdown?
I don't know if you guys can see it on the playback, but I just started laughing just because I just it would be a flag, but it was all good. The fact that they pulled it back, obviously, there was a little relief in my spirit, but I had no doubt that if it even was a flag, we were going to go down and score probably the next play. So that's just the mentality we have.
Your first touchdown at Ohio Stadium, I think, in 53 weeks. Has it been a long time coming for you?
It's whatever. I mean, another day in the office. I'm just going to, do my job to the best of my ability. If the ball comes my way, it does. But at the end of the day, there's a responsibility deeper than just statistics. We're trying to make a legendary run this year. And, you can't have that selfish mentality.
With that in mind, what's your sense of this offense right now, headed to Big Ten play? What's your sense of this offense? Have y'all just scratched the surface?
Our goal is, we're never satisfied. Obviously, you hear that time and time again. but it's really the true way we go about our mentality. Even if we had 800 yards today, there's always going to be something you can find on film to fix. So we're trying to continue to build week through week, just taking one day and one play at a time. But obviously right now I feel like we're in a decent spot. We're able to have a successful running game, a successful passing attack. So a lot of credit to the coaches.
Emeka, you talk about kind of offense. When you have a run game like this, like, you know, defenses have to take what they want to do. You got people in the box and then you guys open on the outside, playing the pass and making things open inside. How much does that make you guys more versatile, or just when you have so much explosion in every single play?
I mean, it's just hard to guard, right? You know, you can't really be jack of all trades on defense. If you have too many people in the box, we're going to be able to be too deep. And if you kind of lighten that load, we got Quinshawn Judkins and Travion Henderson running right at you. So it's definitely hard to game plan for. So we have tremendous confidence in the people that we put on the field week by week. So we're just going to continue doing what we've been doing.
Is this the explosive ability you thought this always could be when you guys first got together in the spring?
Absolutely.
Emeka, it looks like Carnell's kind of taking a step blocking on the perimeter. What do you see in his growth in that department?
Just the willingness to do it. Blocking is a lot of mentality and willingness. So Carnell never shies away from a block, even if he might have to get a D-end or a linebacker on that specific play. If you watch the film, I think you'll see that he gets his job done pretty much on every single play. So he plays with a sense of purpose and responsibility when it comes to his blocking game, and in turn that helps him. When it's time for him to make a big play downfield, if you come off with the same demeanor that you did on the blocking play, it just helps the entire offense.
And how much do the receivers and maybe Coach Hart talk about that? Like, that can be the difference between a 10-yard run and a 30, 40-yard run.
Yep. That's exactly it. Explosive plays happen by blocking on the perimeter.
On your touchdown run, was there a point on the run where you thought you could get to the end zone?
As soon as I caught it. That's my goal every time I catch a ball, I try to get to the end zone. So some way, somehow, I just try to keep my legs running, keep them fighting. I think over the course of my career, there's not too many times that I'll run out of bounds or go down myself. That's just kind of the way that I play the game. I try to score and get those extra yards every time I can. So yeah, I mean, that's my mentality every time I catch it.
Did you see a good path when you caught it?
Absolutely, yeah, we did. It's kind of worked out exactly how we drew it up in practice. It doesn't really always go that way on game days. Sometimes defenses will throw a lot of things at you, but that one was able to be executed perfectly, just how Coach Kelly thought it would. So all credit to Coach Kelly and my linemen being able to get out there and block my receivers downfield, all that. It was, I think, a toddler could have walked that one.
You said it doesn't always go your way when you practice that. Like, as defense is doing different stuff. Was there something like that presented itself with coverage that allowed it to work, you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to speak too much on scheme, but yeah, for sure. I mean, I can see how it would feel that way, but we don't really, pay too much attention to the people on the other side. To be honest, we're really all focused in on what we have to do. So, scoring fast, we try to celebrate within our teammates, and defense, try to encourage them to be able to hold them. So we kind of just try to keep everything on our sideline and just do what we know how. Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of what we know we're capable of. We expect to score on every single play we run, and unless it's like a QB sneak or something like that. We did score on the QB sneak, but I mean, just with the athletes we have, is like that possibility is every play. We have dudes who, big, strong, fast, smart. So it's just like if we just do what we know how to and play the game the right way, the plays will come. So we just try to, even though we had a really successful day today offensively, there's going to be stuff we can improve on. There's going to come a time down the road where everything's not hitting like we want it to, but we just got to stay the course and know that and trust the training that we put in.
Mac, did it feel like you were getting defended differently today after getting 2 weeks of film with Jeremiah? Teams have to kind of focus a little bit on him. Do you guys feel like you guys are getting defended differently right now than you were at the beginning of the year?
I wouldn't really say so. Based off the film that we watched, we got kind of a lot of what we were expecting. So we were able to execute at a high level because we practice those plays every single day at practice.
Is there any way that you could think of that would make a team able to defend you guys right now? If the run game is doing what it's doing, we need Jeremiah, and then obviously what Marino just showed in the third quarter.
I mean, if I could think of a way, I wouldn't leak that information.